beautiful day to start our competition here. Italo Ferreira, Sebastian Zietz, and Miguel Pupo. Miguel getting the call up. And you know that Miguel knows full well the importance of this event. Here we go, surf fans, back to the Tahiti Pro. We're gonna start it off with Italo Ferreira, straight into it. As Italo somehow managing to quickly bounce back from an injury sustained at the Vans US Open of Surfing. Well, you can tell Italo not completely 100% back. Chris Cote here with Pete Mel. We are live from Teahupo'o in Tahiti. And look at the waves we have on offer today, starting with Italo Ferreira.
So this is the first wave we've actually seen him ride since the injury, and this back foot flies off. Obviously not
straight back into
factoring, is it?
Well, Italo is, I mean, this guy has superhuman skill.
What an animal.
And, you know, you see right there the confidence that he has to basically wipe away that injury. I mean, from the minimal experience that I have out here, this is a day that can catch you off guard.
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot of barrels today, and already Italo has found 2 of them. And obviously, that foot slippage, he looked like he was cringing a little bit after that, but no effect. Straight back out, riding waves, and that's the kind of animal that he is. He is just mind over matter, mind over pain.
And straight out into 2 waves to start us off here. Sebastian Zietz, born and bred in waves like this, shallow reefs. And this is a sneaky wave. It comes up so fast out of deep water. And I'm always impressed with just the casual confidence that all these surfers show.
Good energy and good waves.
And sacrificing board and body on that end section, how important is it?
I knew I needed to come out of that last end section barrel, so I just forced it out and just gambled with the reef. I kind of lost.
Still got plenty more boards in the quiver.
Yeah, for sure. I got one magic one just like it, so not to worry.
Well done. We enjoyed watching you surf. I'll send it back to you guys for live action.
Thank you, Rosie. Congrats to Ezekiel Lau pushing through that first opening heat. So this is non-elimination surfing, but nobody in the water is acting like that, as everyone knows full well that every heat here at Teahupo'o can potentially be a career maker or a career breaker. Tell me what these surfers are up against today in the realm of danger.
Well, let's look at first Miguel Pupo and that last ride. There was comparisons that went down in the heat previous to him and Jerry Lopez, and I think that it's a great comparison. The fact is, Jerry Lopez is the epitome of what 2 riding skills have come about. You want to make it look super easy, and you want to look casual in the eye of a storm. That's why there's this comparison. Miguel has that ability to look so casual, yet every turn he does, every committed drop, every barrel ride he has, he makes it look easy and he's relaxed. And that, again, it's like, if you want to look at the eye of the storm, you know how mayhem all around you, yet you're sitting in the middle of it, just like, yep, I got this. I've had some, like I said, a major injury. I've seen major injuries happen here. So you do have to be a bit careful. You can't take it for granted.
Well, here's Italo again, stalling, taking the high and tight line. Comes out clean, untouched by the oncoming lip. You see just slight indications of the injury for Italo Ferreira. Taking control of this heat.
Well, this next one
with the 293
is going to be much better. I mean, look at where he is on the reef. The stall into it disappears completely from view. The intensity of the wave, it opens up, especially for today. When we have this shorter interval, the west angle to it's going to help it.
Behind him, you see Miguel Pupo. Similar line into the tube. Quick one.
Well, we actually are going to get a little wave coming in right now. We're going to see Miguel pull in behind the curtain. Beautiful positioning. Is he going to slide through that? Gosh, what a nice little wave he had. Hits it off the top right there over the dry reef, and he's going to come undone. And, well, we'll get back to Italo. Italo is a surfer who is actually, he gets seasick. Well, he's a warrior, and, well, that's what he's here for.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Gotta love it.
Back to the action. Sebastian Zietz pulling in right in the pocket. Clean exit. Gets back on the open face. And there you see, that is absolutely dry reef. Where
sure
he did
is.
that turn, you can see when he pops up out of the water here, I mean, he's literally standing on
Oh my gosh.
razor sharp coral.
You talk about that poetic approach. but it's matching to whatever venue we're at. As we watch this replay here, good technique. You see him shift up from Sebastian Zietz up onto the front, widest part of the board, the most stable part of the board, so that if he gets in that barrel, it's not going to knock him off. And then as soon as he gets out, goes back to the tail pad, all the way to the back end of it. That's where the maneuvers start. But look at that technique. Everything's centered, and then the shoulders square to outside the exit the barrel. Amazing technique, and he's honed those skills in the island of Hawaii over the dry reef, so he's not scared. It doesn't really move out a lot further. It does move out, but generally in most places it'll move hundreds of yards. Not here, it's 50 yards.
Back to Italo Ferreira. This injury showing no signs of stopping Italo right now, who is firmly entrenched in the title hunt, currently sitting in 4th place in the world. Italo Ferreira with a 7 and a 6.
As most locals that have to deal with this reef. As another one from Italo, again, trying to better a 6. I just love how he's positioning himself on the reef and for each wave. Yeah, it's nice to warm up since there hasn't been really a whole lot of practice sessions going down. We had the trials that ran. We'll get back to that.
Sebastian Zietz on his backhand. Big vertical snap gets hung up right there.
It was amazing. But there hasn't been a whole lot of days to be able to kind of get your equipment tuned in or even get reacquainted with the reef.
Well, Italo Ferreira right now showing warm-up, not an issue, as he goes for his 6th wave, going for the super floater and then ending up on a very shallow inside section.
You don't want him to see at a high speed to see him lose that again, that back foot off. As we watch again, Miguel Pupo, quick little pocket ride, and out of there. So Miguel,
PMA all day, and feeling like the waves are going to stick around. It's 10 a.m. local time here on Sunday in Tahiti. This is live action, and Sebastian Zietz coming out of that small aquatic vortex using brute strength. So you have kind of parallel approaches here. You've got Italo Ferreira in the middle, where you have Sebastian Zietz using brute force to power his way through tubes.
Oh, he's got the 3 best waves of the heat. As we watch again, great technique. See how small he gets, as small as he possibly can. The speed control done by his rear end and his front arm. Can slow things down and hold that position, stabilizes himself. Again, look at that as he goes right in the hole, and that's where he's slowing him down. He's using all of his thigh and his back end to keep himself in the barrel as long as possible. As long as it stays open, as soon as he starts to shut down, he releases and gets himself out of there.
And who will it be this year? Will it be a goofy footer or a regular footer? I mean, everyone is so good going both ways on tour now that it really is a toss-up. Here you go, Sebastian Zietz, regular footer, trying to, again, just muscle his way through that inside tube section, almost using that hand as if he's kind of pulling along on an invisible rope, pulling himself out of the tube.
All the best surfers traveling around the world together, surfing all the best waves. Of course, they're going to take a few things from each other. As we watch this replay here, this wave instantaneously, when he makes this choice, he knows he's just going to go maneuvers. You know, it's interesting for me that Seabass, in the fact that he's doing this, in reality, I think he loves just keeping a rhythm going rather than going, okay. Which, with that, you've got waves riding.
Yeah, Italo interrupting your display there, but Italo has a display for all of us here showing, and again right there, you saw the awkward pull-out. And he's favoring
definitely
his opposite leg. I believe it's his back leg that's injured. Or is it his front leg?
It's his front leg.
Front leg that's injured.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So look where he's positioned on the reef. And he sets this one up from behind. And once again, just great wave choice. First of all, that's the biggest part of surfing well out here, especially on a day like today with the mixed up swells. But he saw that line. He sat in the perfect spot on the reef, just inside of the main ledge, and saw the wave grow. And it got bigger as it moves down. I mean, he's going to get another great score here.
It's incredible the difference with the angles you see. You see it from the land, and again, you think, wow, this is a really manageable, fun-looking wave. And you see it from the channel. And if you're out there, if you're on that edge.
To see the positioning here by these surfers, the dark water instantly drops off out the back. Where that dark water, that's all drops off 40, 50 into 60 feet. Look at that shot of live. Another barrel from Italo.
Italo again. And that bird's eye view right there it's telling us to how sneaky this wave is. It literally comes out of the depths, comes out of nowhere, and it pops
it's like 80,
up so
80
fast.
feet. Yeah, and that's what makes this wave so distinctly different than most other waves, you know, on this tour. Each wave is going to be the biggest of the set. You just know there's waves coming.
This guy is
on point. He really is.
So consistent, and not only consistent when he's up and riding, but consistent in his wave selection. You see Sebastian Zietz well deep off the reef, but again, Italo Ferreira jamming himself into a tube, getting a little greedy there, goes down, but he'll pop right back up onto his board and get himself back out there. Another thing about Teahupo'o is at this size, they paddle back out, and I do like that the judges have held the scale just under that excellent range because they know that the waves are going to get better throughout the day. Here we go, Miguel Pupo. Subtle touch to the deck of his board as he ducks into a quick tube. Has to pull out there, that way of not offering him anything on the exit. 1:19 to go. Here's that last wave from Miguel Pupo.
Again, watch the stalling technique. The arm drag there, putting it into the wall, slowing himself down to maximize his time in the tube. The cutback not going to be a scoring because he didn't complete it. Pretty much conceding, in my opinion, here because Italo has been such a force.
Just so nice to watch. As you see, trying to muscle through a very deep, tight tube. Sebastian Zietz unable to come through.
That, you know, Miguel kind of has been forced to put himself in that position.
Wow, Sebastian Zietz unleashing a pair of backside whips, goes down.
Definitely some distinct cracks there. Than the best of the best know those spots on every different swell.
Well, Italo Ferreira managing to grab a hold of the lead early in that heat, and he maintained his dominance throughout the entire matchup there. And I would say Italo, while injured, really showing no signs of weakness right now.